Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the third, Would I Buy It here on this channel, and it's a series that was inspired by Samantha March, who started the Will I Buy It series. And since I'm on a no buy, I can only speak on things that I would buy if I wasn't on one, or things that I wouldn't purchase either way. Yep. So obviously we're going to be using Trend Mood because that is what one uses. And I wanted to start off first with the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson collection. It's a very large collection, but I do want to focus on the makeup itself. But I would like to make it known that out of the entire collection, the one thing I want the most is that black mirror. I have this one here. This is what I use. I've been using this for years. Before this, it was a big rectangular red mirror, a handheld one, and I like it because I get really close to see what I'm doing with my makeup, and I can't do those like ones you place on the table. So when I saw that black mirror, I said, yes, I want you so bad. Yes, I can buy another one, but I really like the design on that. Let's talk about the conspiracy and mini controversy palette. I will start off by saying that with the mini controversy palette, both palettes, I've seen nothing but amazing swatches. I've seen beautiful looks with the palette. They look really opaque, really pigmented. But when it comes to the mini controversy palette, the color story is not exactly what I like. When it comes to color, I do like things that are more orange, pink, purple, yellow, like those kinds of colors speak a lot to me. But it is a pretty palette. It's just visually, the color selection in it is not for me. On the other hand, we have the conspiracy palette. Let's talk about the packaging first. Dead. Mic drop. You guys know how I feel about black packaging. I absolutely love the packaging. I think it represents Shane very well, and it just seems very fitting. It fit the whole theme of his collection. I am honestly a fan of the color story. Reason being is because those are colors that I don't generally have in my collection. Yes, there are some, but a lot of them I don't. They're very unique colors if I were to place it into my collection. So based on that, I kind of go, that might be a really interesting buy. But I ended up asking myself that with curating my collection and making it more practical, I had to think about that. Is this palette going to be practical for me to use regularly? And the answer for me, honestly, right now is no. I do have a lot of the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes with color in it, and I do like the selection that I have there. I'm actually thinking of how can I depot this because I hear it's really hard to do that, but I'm already thinking about what I can get rid of and what I want to keep. And maybe then I would go back and revisit, but for right now, it just, as much as I feel the shades are unique and would be very special and different from what I currently have, I just don't see it being practical, but it's really good. The next thing on here is the Pat McGrath Mothership Divine Rose palette. I believe it's her new release for her larger eyeshadow palettes. And out of all of the palettes that I've seen, this seems to be the most practical for me. I have shades like this, but I hear so much about the quality of her eyeshadow palettes that if I were to eventually try them, because I do want to eventually try one of her palettes, whether it be a quad or these larger ones, I do want to end up trying them. This seems to be the one I see myself using more often. I think the price tag for this is pretty crazy, but I always find myself wanting to retract that statement because I have quads from Tom Ford that are $88, so I shouldn't be complaining. But since I haven't spent money like that in so long, it's almost like gut-wrenching. Like, I cannot really spend that much money on some eyeshadows when I have so many already. But I will say that will probably be the one that I pick up in her collection that she currently has. There is one palette. Why is she doing this to me? Huda, who do you think you are? So I talked about her nude obsessions. I'm still thinking about it. I still enjoy looking at it because I'm not going to buy it just yet. We're still figuring that part out. However, soon after she released a preview of her Mercury Retrograde palette. It is out already. Guys, I really want this palette. Like, I really want... Something in me is telling me that once my no-buy is up, this would be like one of the top picks for first purchases. I really like this palette. This was the palette that I was waiting for someone to make. I didn't know how to explain it, but Huda did it. She did it. I really want this palette. I do. I'm going to talk about Physicians Formula because I feel like I just gave them the side eye in the last video with those highlighters. It was Physicians Formula, right? They do have the Rose All Play Eyeshadow Bouquet, and it is an eyeshadow palette filled with a lot of rosy, brownish, almost bridal tones. And I must say, I cannot speak to the quality because I've never tried Physicians Formula eyeshadow. Have I even tried anything from them? I definitely have not tried their eyeshadows. And I can only speak of the color story, and if I'm being honest, this is beautiful. Aesthetically, the way that the colors were selected, the way they were placed, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yes. There's like subtle differences in the colors, like it's very subtle to the point where you might even question whether you'd be able to contrast it on your eyes, but visually it looks beautiful. I wouldn't buy it because I do have a lot of colors like those, but when I see palettes in that same color story, my heart always gets happy because I just love the way that it looks. Hello ColourPop. What video would this be without one? They're coming out with a pony. Oh, is this pony as in Korean MUA pony? Yes, it is. And it is the Biddy collection. It's a bubblegum pink type of collection. Here's the thing, I'm looking at the palette and nothing in it is like, ooh, pink, let alone bubblegum pink. So I'm not sure. It is definitely a pretty eyeshadow palette. I wouldn't buy it. I do have colors very similar to it, but I have watched Pony's videos, not recently, but in the past I will watch her religiously, and these colors are definitely Pony's style. There are some other things, what looks like liquid lipstick, some blushes, Super Shock shadows, the whole ColourPop release gamut. This is just the way it normally is with them, but I'm assuming most people are going to be interested in the eyeshadow palette. It is very so-so. If you have a lot of makeup, you more than likely have close to all of these shades already. Kylie is coming out with yet another eyeshadow palette. It is black and white right now, but there's a whole bunch of shimmers and some mattes and what looks like either metallics or glitters. I've spoken about my interest with Kylie Cosmetics in my previous video like this, and I just don't get excited about stuff that she puts out, particularly with her eyeshadow palettes. I just don't. No shade to her and what she comes out with. I'm just not interested. Now lastly, this is the latest one here on Trend Mood. This is by Milani Cosmetics, and it is the 24 karat eyeshadow palette. The reason I want to speak on this is because I feel like I've seen this palette before, but I can't put my finger on it. I looked at it and I said, I've seen this before, but I don't know where. And if someone can pinpoint me to the eyeshadow palette, I am forever grateful because it is killing me right now. I don't think I would buy it even if I didn't have the color story. Just looking at it visually, it's not something that catches my attention, but they are beautiful shades. But what is this palette? I can't figure it out. It's bothering me. I'm gonna lean in like this so that I kind of seem like I'm in the center of the frame. But that is today's Would I Buy It? I don't think it was an anti-haul. If it was, then we'll put it /anti-haul. I'll do that in the editing portion. If you guys enjoy this video and have not done so already, I hope you decide to click on the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. This makeup look, which I'm sure some of you guys will have questions about because, well, it's colorful eyeshadow and it's green. I don't normally wear green eyeshadow. I don't normally wear color eyeshadow. But a full list of products can be found on Instagram. First link in the description box down below, where you will find a photo of this makeup look along with a full list of products in the caption. Till the next video, guys, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. That was loud.